Tonight's overview is a lineup of some of the best. We just finished up over the weekend our it really was not even a pre-launch. It was more of a preview for leadership from around the world. We had over 400 people. I just confirmed that this morning with the company. Over 400 participants from around the world. And some of these people are brand new to our profession, but I'd say probably 80–90% of the room are leaders that are looking for a home, and they have experience. They know what they're looking for, and the energy in that room, I can't even explain. I'll let some of the others share that. But having been in this profession now for 23 years, I'm excited to rub shoulders with some of the people that were in that room. And it was almost like, I was telling somebody today, it was almost like a reunion, kind of like a high school reunion, because I saw some faces that I hadn't seen in so long, and people that I had a lot of great memories with. And at some point we may have parted ways, but we're all kind of coming together now. And that's kind of where I felt like it was more of a reunion than a preview. But it gave the company a chance to introduce themselves, for us to get to shake their hands and look them in the eyes, and to hear their vision of the product line, the profit plan, and the system and strategy. You're going to hear that from a couple key leaders. And the first individual that I'd like to bring on is a gentleman out of the Houston, Texas area. Someone that actually, my wife Melissa and I, she's from Houston. We lived there for quite some time. 3 of our kids are Texans, and Mr. Bill Bergfeld is somebody I have a lot of respect from. I've learned a lot from him over the years. He has a lot of experience in the business, actually on the distributor side. He's actually was the president of a company before I first met him, when we joined forces on the distributor side. So for him to come in and really do an evaluation, I want you to hear his take and what he came looking for, and what he found in over that weekend. So I know he's actually at a national horse championship. His wife is a talented and gifted rider. They have 5 horses at the event, I believe, Bill, and I know you made a sacrifice to be on the webinar here tonight. You with me, Bill?
I am here, Gary.
Loud and clear. Take it away, my friend.
Very good. Thank you very much. I'm certainly humbled and honored to be able to participate and help tonight. It's nothing but an extension of the meeting this past weekend. I have to respond just in unison with you about the excitement, the enthusiasm, just the aura of confidence that I walked away from that meeting with. You know, in my heart, I could feel that finally, in the right place at the right time, with the right people, doing the right stuff with the right kind of energy. It was just a very special feeling to me, and I certainly want to thank you and the entire staff that put that meeting together for such an opportunity. That's the first thing I want to say. I know that you want me to talk about some of the things involving the development of how Epic came about and how eCauseway and Epic joined forces. I recognize that eCauseway actually is a 34-year-old company, and understand this: in business nowadays, you can't be in business that long unless you stay up to date with everything going on. So I know that in listening to Al Schwa and Vincent, I know that we heard some of the history of Causeway in the beginning. When the internet came about, they shifted gears, moved forward again, and created eCauseway. And then now we're in the phase where we're combining forces with Epic. And the neat thing about that is we not only have the history of 34 years, but we've got 17 countries that are already in operation through eCauseway throughout the world, with the company doing over $500 million in volume and revenue every year. That's a blessing in itself. And on top of that, they're leaders in the direct sales industry. They have a unified force of stores throughout the country, and most of all, they're part of the Berjaya group, a powerful group of business forces that are all part of what we're trying to do. And as I said earlier, here we are at a point in time where Vincent Tan is is marrying eCauseway with Epic. They're creating this unison, and they're bringing all the power of eCauseway to the table, and then Glenn and Brent Jensen are bringing all their knowledge and power of network marketing and relationship marketing and creating the type of networks that you and I are very familiar with. They're marrying that whole concept together, and it's just such a blessing to be a part of that. I'm going to tell you what's important to me. Just a few things. Number one, the concept of relationships. And if you look at this slide real close, it depicts nothing but two hands clasping each other in a firm grip of handshake. Try prying those two hands apart. Try prying eCauseway and Epic apart. That's what's going to be so vital and so important. The relationship concept of the executives to the field to the executives, the executives with manufacturing and production and research and development, the field with the system, and the system with the field. This whole concept of relationships and its power was impressive this whole weekend, and that was just step one. Step two, moving beyond relationships, was the concept of personal development. And then beyond personal development became leadership development. Everything you know about building a business came together in that one pre-launch, or whatever you want to call it, pre-exposure. But most vital to me was the feeling of integrity. We all know companies that have gone out and found, or I don't want to use the word purchased, I'm going to use the word encouraged leaders from other businesses to come into their company by offering them benefits and packages and money and other things. I was so impressed by the integrity of Epic laying this $100 million leadership production package out on the table for people to look at, understand, study, take part in it if they want to, don't take part in it if you don't want to. That breath of integrity was a fresh air to me. I'm going to tell you what, I was so glad that Vincent Tan and Al Schwa, Glenn Jensen, Brent Jensen, Gary, and even you, all of you brought that picture of integrity back to the industry, which is what we've needed in this industry for years. So all those things together, relationships, personal development, leadership development, integrity, excitement, enthusiasm, all this comes together with Epic and eCauseway. This is beyond any shadow of a doubt not a business that's on the cutting edge. It's a business that's creating the cutting edge that everybody else is going to try to get on. That's my input, Gary, and I do appreciate this time. Thank you so much.
Bill, just having you in the room, evaluating things and getting your feedback on things really was valuable to me, because obviously everything is not in place. As you said, this was a preview, and the company realized that, and there are people like you and people that were in that room and people that are listening today that will have the opportunity to help shape this company, the culture, and have ideas on products and everything else. So one of the gentlemen that I would like to have talk about the products was also in that room, and Lauren Medag has become a good friend over the last couple years. I've had the good fortune to stay in his home. We've traveled. We've been on cruises. We've just had a lot of fun. And why do this business if you can't have fun? And not only does this guy know how to have fun, but he knows how to work hard. He can run with the best of them, and he's 20 years in the network marketing profession. You hear about these six-figure monthly earners, guys that have made $100,000 a month or more. Well, Lauren is one of those guys. But not only that, he was doing that part-time, if you can imagine. He owns five. He's a physical therapist. Owns 5 centers in Southern California. I've been to these facilities. This guy knows health. And that's why I invited him to share some insights on the products tonight, because I trust his evaluation. And I really asked him over the weekend. I said, listen to these product formulators, tear it apart, see if these guys really know their stuff. Because I know Lauren knows his stuff, and he knows the business. He knows what he's looking for. And so I've asked Lauren to jump on here, and in fact, I think he just barely saw his last patient and decided to join us tonight. Lauren, are you with me?
Yes, Jay, I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Take it away, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I have never been more excited. I mean, I've been around this industry for 20 years, and to be in a place where we are coming together to create a company that's going to truly live up to its name, being epic. It's just an honor to be a part of a company that is so um, valued in having the greatest products that we can have and very essential to everybody's health and well-being. So being in the industry for so long and being a physical therapist with such a passion for wellness and how we can get involved in helping ourselves get into a better place physically and emotionally. These products that they started with are awesome. I know there's just 3 to start, but I'll preface and say that they have plans for many more products coming in the very near future having to do with health and wellness. But to start with, I want to talk about the Epic Brew. And this is such an exciting product for me to talk about because I've been the guy that has been singing from the mountaintops the detrimental effects, ill effects, I might add, of coffee. Because we all know coffee is so worldwide accepted and multiple billions of people are having their coffee in the morning. But the thing about coffee is that, number one, it is so acidic and so dehydrating to the human body. It has, it's ill effects. I mean, studies will come out and say coffee is good for you. But in the long run, we all know that coffee being a stimulant like it is, with its dehydrating effects, and its acidity is not good for you. So with that, think about the habit of coffee in general around the world. What I'm excited about is you can never just take away somebody's bad habit. You need to replace the bad habit. And that's where the Epic Brew is so powerful. They've been able to take this cacao, which is 100% pure cocoa. It's non-genetically, it's the non-genetically modified. In other words, there's purity in where the source of this cocoa comes from. I want to talk about the benefits of cacao. Here's the deal. This gel pack that you put into your hot water is formulated specifically for Epic. It's instant. And that's really amazing to know that on the go, you can just heat up your water in the microwave, add your cacao, your brew, put in your little sweetener, whatever that might be, whether it be, stevia or your creamer, whatever you like that normally goes in the coffee, you would put here. And what happens is you've got a product now that's going to literally slow down the creation of fat. Now that there is an amazing benefit. Number 2, you've got a natural appetite suppressant. Now, when you've got a product that's going to slow that down healthfully, then you've got an amazing product that you can preface to your meal. So if you're slowing down your appetite, then that's great. And then number 3, you're helping to reduce the insulin resistance and also reducing blood pressure. So these are amazing effects that the brew has that we all need to take advantage of. And I think, importantly, it tastes great. I mean, it's a little bitter chocolate, but it's powerful. Now, moving on to the enzyme. Enzymes are powerful in the diet that come from whole foods. Most people don't eat enough whole foods, therefore they're not getting enough enzymes to cause proper digestion. So we've got this wonderful Epic Essential enzyme that's going to help in so many ways in bringing more energy, causing more synthesis of all the energy or nutrients and the phytonutrients that make for high energy. It detoxifies. It's a long-term weight management program because you have a powerful transfer of these phytofactors in the digestive tract. Now, we also have an enzyme, I think let's go to the next slide, for nighttime. There's one here for, there we go, called Relax. Now, how many people have sleep problems? a lot of that comes from the high cortisol levels from stress, both physical and mental stress. So we now have a natural product with enzymes, rich in enzymes, to help stimulate your sleep center, reduce the cortisol levels that come from the stress, and now you can get a restful sleep with a natural enzyme delivering product. So that's amazing that they've created these essential enzymes. Now, let's talk about the oils. I don't know a whole lot about these oils, but what I do know is that oils in the industry are huge. And when we look at how the brain works and how the brain is stimulated, whether you want vibrant energy or whether you want to be relaxed or whether you have pain, they've got a multitude of oils. I think there's about 12. I'm not certain on that number, but there's more than 10 that will relate to whatever's going on in your life. There's one called defense. There's one for digestion, one for vibrant. There's one called still, as you can see on the slide. And what you do is you just put a small drop of that on your forehead, and that smell stimulates to the brain the resulting effects that you want through the smell and the scent of the oil. So these are just awesome to have in regards to helping enhance whatever health benefits you're looking for. So I tell you, I'm excited, and we have many more products yet to come, but these three to start are just fantastic, and we're excited to help people understand the value of what these will bring to the company. So I want to say thanks, Gary, for having me on, and back to you.
Lauren, I am so excited to get to just turn the webinar over to you when we do a product only webinar, because I know you're going to tear these products apart and do your research, and within a couple of days I know you're going to be an expert on all of them. But in the interest of time, we just wanted Lauren to give a quick overview. And, this guy's passionate about health. When you meet him, he is rock solid and he walks the talk. And not only is he concerned about his own health, but those around him. And he's just so passionate about that and helping others, not just financially, but health-wise. So, Lauren, thank you. And I can't tell you how excited I am to have you and Bill on the team. And now we have gotten the guys out of the way. Now it's the ladies' turn. In fact, I'm excited about our next two guests because I've known them both for a long time. And once again, it's kind of a happy reunion. When I got to see Heidi and Brad Black from Portland, Oregon at the event, it had been many years. And I'm just glad that we're able to partner up again. And I asked her to come on board and kind of share her excitement from the event, because she's been in the industry a long time and she's had some great success. And she's just one of those people that her and her husband are people of integrity. People love to be around them. And you can just tell, I don't think there's been a time I've been around Heidi when she's not smiling. And she's just one of those people that you can't say no to. So Heidi, if you wouldn't mind, just kind of share your take, having been at a lot of these types of events at your level. Maybe you can share with our guests what really stuck out for you over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, Gary. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, take it away.
Excellent. Thank you so much for having me on the call. Appreciate it. And as you said, we've known each other for a number of years now, and Brad and I, having been around this profession for over 10 years, we've had the opportunity to work with some incredible people. And what's really cool is that several of those people who've never worked together in the same company or at the same time are coming together in one. Like you said, that family reunion, it's crazy the greatness we're attracting here all in one place. And as you mentioned, there were over 400 professionals gathered in that room, and a lot of legend, as well as just those real seasoned, some of those names you hear about and you never see, as well as many people who are brand new wanting to break into this profession. And it's an interesting time. I think several years ago when the economy tanked, a lot of companies have come about that were maybe premature or lacked the experience. So it's just a lot of seasoned professionals have been, including my husband and I, have been kind of frustrated the last few years, as there just has not been a situation where we felt like we could fully engage and really feel a level of certainty to bring about massive transformation in people's lives like we really have a passion to do. So we're excited to be here, Gary, and I know that there's a lot to be covered on the call tonight, but I appreciate you giving me a few minutes just to share what's going on here and just to share our input. I guess, like I said, the timing of Epic couldn't be better in that whether it's families who have never done network marketing and are truly looking for a place to plug in and create a difference for their family because of the systems, the training, the things that are in place. I have to say one other thing. What we saw and the experience and the leadership that's come together here, what is in place here in less than 90 days is far greater and just so impressive, more so than many companies have after several years in business. So if you're taking a look at network marketing and this business model for the first time, you are extremely blessed. If you're seasoned and you've been around, you know how blessed you are. So with that, Gary, thanks again for having me on the line.
Heidi, thank you so much. And boy, it's evident in your voice. I know you had to skip out on soccer practice with your young children, and I appreciate you making that that's not small, but that sacrifice tonight to join us. And she's proof that you can have a family and do it all. And I'll tell you, that room was full of people like Heidi that could be doing anything else as a career, but they chose network marketing. And I've even had people say, well, who's the master distributor? Well, you know what? There are 400 people that were in that room that could probably be a master distributor, maybe 300. Let me not exaggerate. Let's say 3/4 of that room have been or could have been at some point a master distributor or a top leader in another company. And there are no egos. Everybody kind of set their egos aside, and we realize we can accomplish more together than we can individually. We've all agreed to put our egos aside and make this the biggest success any of us have ever had. And I'm going to share real quickly some highlights on the compensation plan. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go into great detail. We will later this week, we have some recorded webinars that are just on the comp plan, and we're updating some of those. The ink has dried. This is a very unique compensation plan, and the fact that there's been a lot of input from the field as well as the corporate, and they have listened to the field. Obviously, there are components like retail that need to be there in place as a global company launching in 15 plus countries and planning to be in over 100 countries in the coming years. There are certain things that have to be part of the plan to satisfy certain government requirements and to be a global seamless plan. A lot of companies talk about a global seamless plan, but not always the case. So retail is one part of that. Preferred customer program for those who don't have that just want to use the products and aren't necessarily interested in the business. We have that option. We have the option that if you go out and those people that you share the business with and the products and choose just to move forward with the products, you get 3 of those. And there are other companies that do free product promotions, but we're going to actually take it a little step further and take the average of your top 3 preferred customers up to $300, and you're going to get that amount of product for free the following month. I don't know of a company that's offering $300 of free products each and every month just for going out and getting 3 customers. So this is a pretty unique component of our plan. First order bonus, this is nothing new. This is basically the right now income. You bring business to the company, you get paid right now. This is a weekly payout. We have 3 different packages, product packages that include product that as a result of bringing that business, whether it's 300, 600, or 900 US dollars, you're going to earn up to you're going to earn up to 90 US dollars on that initial pack. That's a one-time purchase. You're not going to have to buy a $900 package every month. That's just kind of like the startup cost of a business. If you were to go out and buy a traditional business, let's say a hotel franchise like Marriott, there's some major initial expenses, aren't they? We're talking real estate. We're talking licensing fees. We're talking beds and furniture and you name it. There's a lot to get that business off the ground. Well, ours is less than $1,000 US dollars, folks. It doesn't get much better than that. Plus, you get $900 of product out out of that. Well, there's also ongoing costs to run that hotel franchised Marriott, right? You got electricity, you have payroll. There's some ongoing expenses to run that business. The monthly expenses aren't as large as that initial outlay of cash, but our business is no different. We have an auto order program that you can get the products that you use on a regular basis, and you can modify that at any time. That's what it takes to start a business. Well, that first order bonus, we take a little further, and we're going to take some of the money of that initial pack, and we're going to pass that up line to the people that are helping you build your business. Most likely there's someone who introduced you to Epic that's building the business. There's somebody who introduced that individual, and so forth. We're going to take some of that money and we're going to share that upline. In fact, we're going to take up to $160 out of that those packages, anywhere from 40 to 160, and we're going to share that with the upline leadership based on their rank. So they have a vested interest. This is truly a win-win situation where you can get ahead by helping others. And you don't see that typically in traditional business, but in network marketing and Epic in particular, we're taking that to a new level. We also have a team cycle commission, and this is typical of a two-legged structure where you get paid every time your business cycles. What does that mean? Well, let me just give you an example. When you have two teams, one on the left, one on the right, when you go out and start building your business, you need to have two teams. When one side does 300 in volume and the other does 600, you're going to cycle out. And just to keep it simple, what does that mean? Well, get back with the person invited and they'll explain, and that we've got an in-depth illustrated document you can walk through. But when one team does 300 and another does 600, every time that happens, you're going to make a set amount of money. That could be anywhere from $25 to $40 based on your level in the compensation plan as well as your initial startup. There's a big difference between 25 and 40 when you're talking the company pays up to 750 cycles per week. Okay, do the math. That's 30,000 US dollars per week that you can earn up to. And here's an example. I said I wasn't going to go through great detail, but this is a quick example. If you did 300 on the left, 600 on the right, that's considered a cycle. Okay, and that would be up to 40 US dollars every time your team does that. Not just you, but your entire teams. Again, I'm going to, in the interest of time, I'm going to have to skip over the rest of that. But do you think you can get by on $30,000 a week? Now, I know some of you are saying, well, I'd have to really, cut back, but in a month, 30 times 4, 120,000 US dollars per month. And that's just one of the 8 ways we make money, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't had a sleepless night yet in a while, I hope that you'll really do your due diligence. Print out a copy of this compensation plan. We have a matching bonus, so you actually benefit as the people that you bring into the business do well, and the people that they bring into the business, you're going to get a percentage of their team cycle commission. And this is where the teamwork really kicks in, folks. And if you've been in our profession before, you know the leadership levels. There are names like the precious metals of bronze, silver, and gold. There are precious stones. From rubies and sapphires and emeralds and diamonds. Well, when you think of Epic, our founder talks about creating champions and heroes and legends. Well, that's what the ranks of our compensation plan as you look here. And our very top level is a humanitarian. And when you're at that level, you're going to be making so much money, you're going to be giving back in a big way. We don't want you to wait until you hit that top level to start giving back. We hope that will begin early on in our compensation plan. But what an incredible title to strive for, to become a humanitarian and to really give back to society. And you have a chance here with Epic to do that. And of course, bonus pools, just saying the word bonus puts a smile on my face. A lot of people are used to getting holiday bonuses or year-end bonuses. How would you like to get a bonus each and every month? And you can do that by helping others reach these pinnacles of success in our compensation plan, where you truly get ahead by helping others accomplish their goals and dreams. We have trips that we're going to be taking, and some of these individuals that you heard from today, I've had the good fortune to take trips with and to spend time. Even just like take this example this weekend, to spend 2 or 3 days with people that you want to be around at a 5-star, 5-diamond resort in the fall season in Park City, Utah. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. So I'm telling you right now that we are excited about what we have in store here. And I want to bring up Joanna Noctigozona. Joanna is going to wrap up this webinar. But before I pass it to her, I want to share with you why I'm so excited about this compensation plan, this epic profit plan. We have added something that's very, very unique to network marketing compensation, and that is a third team that you can go out and build. And we're considering the name of it, but trinary has been thrown around to have a binary concept, but kind of a bonus leg that can be used to your advantage as a field leader. So a trinary, I don't know the exact name that we're going to finalize, and that's how early you are, folks. There's still things that have yet to be determined, and you have a chance to be first. You have a chance to be involved. You're hearing about this before enrollments. Online enrollments have taken place. That will happen sometime within the first week of November. But right now, you can get back with the person who invited you here tonight. As soon as you hear from Joanna, I recommend you call them. That should be your first call once we're done. Once you hear from Joanna and her thoughts here, wrapping up of our system and how you can actually benefit from the experience of the leaders already in place. But you're going to have a chance to lock in a position before those online enrollments even take place. So Joanna, I'm going to let you wrap things up here. I know you bring a wealth of experience. I mean, this lady, it's hard for me not to to even explain what she's done. A former high school teacher. She's a single mom of a teenager. You women know what that's like. 25 years in the retail space and 15 years in our profession. She does it all. I mean, she knows what she was looking for. She found it here. She's all in, and I'm going to have her share her thoughts and wrap up this webinar. So, Joanna, are you with me?
Hey, Gary, I am, and I actually got my computer back here, so if you want to unmute me, we can do it that way as well.
Let's try that. Hang tight real quick, and if I can get you online, let's do that. Joanna, are you with me online?
I think I am, Gary.
You are. Let's disconnect the phones, and you're good to go.
All right, thank you so much. I don't know, I was sitting here listening to all the excitement, and we got a little bit of a thunderstorm there, and all of a sudden all my power went out and my internet went out and everything, so it was kind of a big energy burst here in my neck of the woods and out in Ohio. But, you know, what I'd like to share with you guys is that before I came to the Epic pre-launch or pre-launch event out in Salt Lake City, I really had looked at everything with the Epic program. I had, you know, watched the webinars. I had talked to Gary. I had talked to Glenn, and really what happened at the event is we actually added life to Epic. We added all the people in, and we created an amazing event, an amazing beginning of the life of Epic. And so that was really what impressed me. You know, we activated, we mobilized people, and everybody was a buzz in the room, talking on the phones and talking to each other. And so what you can see here in this slide is clearly that we have the best of all worlds. We satisfy, you know, all different areas of marketing, you know, from the online marketing with a shopping cart and the website, the face-to-face where we can sit down and really get with people and hear their heart and see where we can take them with the Epic opportunity, and then the retail location. And, you know, I swear my blood has just retail running all the way through it, and so I was really excited to see the integration of the retail establishments with the Epic opportunity here. So And looking at this, the IT platform, you know, we have seen all of the components, the comp plan, the foundation of the company, an amazing product line to just launch with, and then they bring in the IT platform and this epic ecosystem, and this absolutely puts everything together. And the tools that we have out of the gate are amazing. I think there's already over 100 videos. I mean, that's more than one a day being produced, and the leaders spent so much time, you know, committed so much time to producing great tools for you, and just how we're going to be able to communicate within our teams, be able to communicate within the social networks, be able to communicate within, you know, our own areas, understanding that we can connect all the social media with this, and special social medias just within our own epic adventure here. And I'm just excited that the tools that we have are bar none the best I've seen in the industry, to say nothing about the very beginning of Epic and where we are, and just understanding the timing piece, and understanding that, you know, I always said the three most important things in retail are always location, 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 but, you know, in network marketing, we know the three most important things are always timing, timing, timing. So what I can tell you guys is that, you know, the value of a 24-hour day is worth so much money to you right now. And ladies and gentlemen, we need to just really get out there and direct people to the epic opportunity, the epic era opportunity, and so that they can really see for themselves all that you have seen tonight on this webinar, and everything that we're going to be creating throughout the next couple of months here as we pre-launch and go into our strong launch. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and say, you know, get out there, start sharing the opportunity with everybody, get back to the person that invited you to the webinar, and let's all go create an epic life together.